Yes, going. Let's go. Okay, now we are officially recording, bruh. Discord discussions for the first time in a hot minute.
I was gonna say something controversial. I'm glad you stopped me, nigga. I was gonna say
Yeah, cause oh my goodness gracious, woo wee.
The gun is always up, bro.
I'm out of the cave. So yes, y'all, we are here to talk about some things and just catch up, talk mess, do what we do. And so I want to start this off by like going ahead and just getting Tekken out the way, bro. Like let's just go ahead and get Tekken out the way. So we have been talking about like doing another, like it's always been up in the air about us doing another tournament. But the way y'all been talking about Tekken lately, it's just been a lot of controversy. I'm trying to figure out, like, are y'all still rocking with Tekken or not? And so TJ is going to fill us in on what's been going on. And Kiddo, of course, you can chime in, like, if you would like as well. But what's been going on with Tekken, y'all?
So the big thing with Tekken, ever since Tekken 8 first came out, is Tekken fans don't like change. And not just fighting game fans as a whole. Like, if you go from Street Fighter 4 to Street Fighter 5, and granted Street Fighter 5 was a mess when it first came out, but now, out of nowhere, people say, I like Street Fighter 5 more than Street Fighter 6, even though Street Fighter 5 objectively had a worse release than Street Fighter 6. So you're always going to have the previous fans prefer the old game to the new game, and it's going to keep going no matter what, right? But the thing about Tekken 8 is they've been moving towards a direction towards more mix, plus frames, good luck blocking. And it was kind of a big deal at the beginning, but people got kind of used to it, right? And it was hoping with season 2 that was going to move a little bit back from plus frames and stance mix-ups. We're going to go back to like Tekken 7 a little bit. Like that's what a lot of fans wanted. They wanted more defense, less overpowered moves. And what they told you is like, you like them plus frames? How about 10 times more? They really went just Kaioken times 10 with it. So their design philosophy that a lot of Tekken fans don't like is that they're nerfing top tiers, which people wanted, but instead of just leaving them what they be and let them figure out what they can do with the moves they have left, they're like, oh, well, we're going to nerf 2 problematic moves, and we're going to give you about 5 more buffs just because, hey, man, we feel like Oprah, man. You get a buff. Like, that's pretty much what they've been doing. And with certain characters, like, for example, I main Jin, they actually made some smart decisions. Even though I know some Jin mains are going to whine because they want to be carried, they've nerfed some of his most problematic moves. Not to an insane degree, but, like, he's more punishable now. But afterwards, they gave this man, like, 5 new moves, which I think is cool because Jin, they gave him, like, 5 new moves. So then what was the point of the... It's so I even talked to my boy Delirium, who's like a big Tekken guy, is that he has the philosophy that you just need to make adjustments. Well, a lot of Tekken fans are not hearing that. You're giving Jin like 5 new moves, which we don't know they're gonna be problematic because everyone's getting new moves. But the biggest corporate right now is King. So I want you to hear this stuff and tell me if this is fair, right? So
okay, here we go with this King stuff. Go ahead.
King's most problematic move before this season was muscle armor. It's when the boy flexes, you can see all the creatine in his veins, and he becomes red, and he can pretty much like tank any damage you get him, and he hits you into a heat, and you lost a lot of damage, right? That was his biggest thing that was helping him in tournaments. So they decided to nerf that and give him more recovery. But however, they saw his heat and said, let's buff this. And they gave his moves, both of his like most powerful grabs they gave his most powerful grabs tracking. So you can't sidestep it no more.
Oh no. So I'm just getting grabbed then. Like what?
But here's the thing though. If you tech the grab, you get chip damage now. Yeah, so you get punished for teching your grab.
Hopefully, if I'm able, that's like a what do you call it, a skill check. You better be able to tech that grab, or you're gonna have a bad time. That's basically what you're telling me.
Here's the thing, though, right? So you used to be able to sidestep the grab, right? So you had 2 options. Now you're only down to 1, ducking. So, okay, cool. I got a duck. They gave this man a boost in his Jaguar run. You know when he chases you down like he's a Terminator?
Yes.
He gets a powered up move for the long he stands there, and he becomes even more plus on block. And these are mids. And if he hits you, you're in Oki stance now. So they buffed his grabs. Oh, so the only weakness you're giving me is the duck. And then you buff his mids that counter ducking.
Mm.
So the biggest problem right now is that characters used to have flaws in archetypes. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but now
Okay.
they're making all these characters have no weaknesses, and they're giving every single character new stances and more plus on block moves, which pretty much makes a lot of characters play the same. And as a guy who loves Dragon Ball Fighters, that's what kind of happened to that game later on in the cycle. So I just a lot of fans are just getting tired of why does every character got to have a stance?
Because then we got to learn like 30 new things for 30 people. Like,
and this is what I was trying to tell one of my homies that like, okay, well, you know, that's what's going to happen. You know, they're going to buff characters, but like, it's easier to do that in a video game where people have like maybe 20 moves. These niggas have had the same moves since 1997. They got 80 moves. So no matter where you're at, you're going to be knowledge checked. I don't even care if you're Arsene Ash. At some point, you're going to get knowledge checked, and that's the best Tekken player in the world. Then you're going to give these people 5 new moves and buff them even crazy. It's too much. There's too much to guess. There's too much. It's really Casino City. Just keep guessing over and over again, and that's just really hard to play through. But
to me, I'm like, why are you nerfing stuff if you're gonna go give them buffs to balance it out again? Like, that's confusing me.
Where I come from, already strong. You nerf them and leave them alone because they already have strong.
Right, because that was the nerf was
like,
supposed to be the balance. Why are we doing more stuff?
Yes. Exactly. So it's given like everyone deserves a cookie situation where like I can understand buffing characters on the weaker end.
Yes, it's given that they don't want to stand on it. No, if you nerf them, stand on it. Like, or don't nerf them at all. Like, I don't understand, because now when you start adding a whole bunch of stuff, it's like you're adding more. Like, this game is already tough enough to, you know, even though they've done like a lot as far like tutorial wise to help us to understand like how to, you know, play with your character and then play against other characters. Like, that stuff is great, but at the end of the day, it's just, it gets to be a bit much to learn. Like, I work a 9 to 5. Like, I'm not trying to be doing all of this, please.
Like, even for the people who play this stuff nonstop, like it just gets to a point where like, just again, I'm a fan of offense. I'm a fan of modern fighting games, but like not every fighting game needs to completely ignore defense. Like I play against God Destructions in, you know, the top tiers all the time, right? And I literally see people who made it to God Destruction with like 20 defense, because all they got to do is just hit them before you hit me. And it gets to a point like people just got these titles either through cheating or through never really learning the game. And I don't think a lot of people wants to give respect to people where like they don't really know how to fully play Tekken. They're just out here snowballing people, which is a fighting style. But why is everyone getting away with it? So it's a problem. But I have hope. Hopefully, like, you know, it's bad when FDX is like, he's always going to hide it on YouTube. But I watched him on stream when he saw the King buffs and everything that was going on. My boy was stepped away from the stream and put a figure there instead. He couldn't do it, bro. And people be calling him like a shield, which I think is OD as hell. But even the guy who's super positive could not defend this.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that, because it's like, oh my gosh, because you got to think about it. It's like, if that's your job, and then on top of that, you have to train people on it. It's like, if y'all just start doing stuff and we just doing stuff willy nilly, like, no, this gotta make sense.
I think we're going to get to a point in fighting games where we're going to eventually reach a boiling point, and they're going to kind of calm down a bit. Because at first, like around the Street Fighter 4 days, games were just really hard, especially earlier before, but it was still hard. And then the transition to like Street Fighter 5, Mortal Kombat 11, and Tekken 7 and stuff, they kind of made it a little bit easier. Now the games are doing well, they're selling well, and they're like, okay, well, let's keep doubling down on making things easier. It's going to get to a point where it's going to become too easy, and you're going to piss off your core fan base, because casuals come and go. They would keep the lights on, but they're not playing the game after the first year.
Right.
So if you piss off your core fan base and they just don't want to play no more, it's going to get, again, I think people are going to still play this game regardless. Like, I still think it's the best Tekken game ever made, but people going to get tired though. And if you keep, because they already said it in the stream that they're listening, but they're also like trying to figure out if people are just whining or they have legit criticisms.
Yes,
I think they have legit criticisms. I think so.
I think they especially probably need to listen to the competitive players when they're saying that something is a like anybody that's like doing, especially the folks that do tournaments and stuff like that, like they definitely need to be listening to them.
That was bad when oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you about to say?
So you know it's bad when competitive players universally have the same opinion. Because usually competitive players are always got a agenda.
Right.
They try to downplay. They try to get other characters nerfed. That's usually how they do, right? They complain, moan, whatever. But if a competitive player base is moving as a monolith or saying this is not okay, you know, and that's how you know you kind of messed up because everyone's got their own agendas.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna hope for the best, but we'll see.
We'll see what happens. And for those of y'all watching after the fact, let us know in the comments, like, how do y'all feel about the state of Tekken? Are y'all still playing Tekken? Like, let us know. What else are we going to talk about? Do you want to get Invincible out the way next?
Yeah, let's get into Invincible. So I'm very excited because I didn't even know Soleil was watching Invincible. If you know Soleil, she takes 5 business years to watch anything came out in the last 2 years. So I was very excited when she was sending me Invincible memes and like up to date Invincible memes, right? I was like, wow. She's watching all 3. So
I love Invincible.
So slander, let's get the slander out the way. It's pretty clear that Amazon is bullshitting on his animation. Let's be real. Like they got all the money in the world, and they're kind of doing like what Toei does with with One Piece or Dragon Ball. Well, I guess they gotten better with Dragon Ball Diamond and One Piece recently. But you know the old school where let's say you have 20 episodes. Maybe 3 of them are going to be top tier. Then majority of them are going to be kind of standard, and you're going to get 2 stinkers in animation quality. And I'm very happy they chose great anime quality for COD Quest. Like, they literally put all the best soldiers in that last episode. However, you remember, and again, this is spoilers, by the way, but with Rexplode's funeral, you saw them PNGs they just put on screen.
Please, not the PNGs.
And like, those are not even just PNGs. Those are like...
Oh, did you fall through a trap door?
Right.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah. Huh?
I said, did you fall through a trap door? Are you back? Go ahead. So so after the PNGs.
Yeah, they pretty much, you know how they make character model sheets? And like they have certain like renders for those character model sheets. They deadass just ripped those character model sheets and just put them line and line for Rexplode's funeral, which is just crazy that they even did that. So, but yeah, I think overall, I think they did a pretty good job adapting from the comics. I even like the change they did with Conquest, like him having a little bit like that speech. Actually, I think you could talk about that because you don't even know like how it really went down in the comics, and that's your first look at Conquest. So like, what do you think about that speech he gave? That's a show exclusive.
Yes. Well, first of all, I love Jeffrey D. Morgan. I knew that delivery was going to be on point every single time. Please don't play with my fave. And then I just felt like, yes, like I love when people or studios like elevate the source material. I feel like they did that with the Last of Us show as well. And so when they had that episode about that couple, I forgot, was the guy's name Bill? It was about him and his partner.
It was the are you talking about from Last of Us?
The Last of Us season.
Okay, I think you're talking about the same season. I think some of the same season where there was also 2 gay people, 2 gay villains. That
we can get into that too. We can get into that too. But I'm using that as another reference. Like in that show, they were elevating the source material by giving them such a sweet episode and really diving into those 2 characters, and it just gives like this like weird. It's like hopelessness, but hope in the same sense. It was weird, but they did such a good job in adding emotional depth. Yes, and so I feel like they're definitely with Invincible. They're definitely if it's not the same in the comics, they're definitely adding some things because I cared about Conquest a lot more than I would have if he just if he didn't have that. To be honest, because it would have been forgettable. It'd been like, okay, well, yeah, he's, ain't nothing to play with, but at the same time, we don't really get much of the depth of him. So what we did this time, so I appreciated that because that was sinister. I'm so lonely. Whoa. Like, we didn't know what way. After I saw that bubble, I was like, oh.
My boy DJ Khaled, I'm suffering from my own success.
Suffering from success is sick.
I would say this is better than the Last of Us show, in my opinion, because like even though the Last of Us show elevated Bill's character, but it also changed it because Bill, like, dies in the Last of Us show where like he was like a bitter old man in the video game, right? Where I felt like in this situation they elevated Conquest's character, but he's still 90% the same character in the comic as in the show. So I feel like they enhanced it, but then completely like changed his story entirely. So, which I don't think is really a bad thing, but it's definitely like a fun little what. Like, what if Bill actually like had a good relationship with his gay lover and they didn't go their separate ways and the guy died in the zombie apocalypse and Bill's just mad every day? You know what I mean? So this situation, like, you could kind of have a feeling that Conquest in the comic will probably have these same emotions. So,
yeah, but talk about how he dribbled, how he spiked Oliver off that ground game. Yeah, like that was just, but, and we talked about this a bit on the phone and stuff like that, but Oliver definitely deserves his 10s. I'm really not mad at this character. At first, I thought he was gonna be just kind of annoying because I was like, okay, he's doing a lot. He's a kid, so I'm not going to give him too much. But at the end of the day, like, he pulled up. He was on the front lines. Like, he did not mind getting in the mix. Like, he was like, oh, I'm needed. Let's do it. And then when he got the twins, yikes.
Yeah.
That's when it got real for me. I was like,
the Mauler twins definitely got mauled. That's for damn sure.
Exactly. Please. That baby finished them. He said, well, why should I let them live? And I said, you know what? You have a point. If they keep doing the same shit, I don't think that they're learning from what's going on.
They keep cloning themselves over and over again. So, like, Oliver has a point to a certain extent. We don't go to Punisher territory. But
he turned what's his name into a human donut and then uppercutted the other one into the next decade.
I think the biggest credit needs to be given to Steven Yeun for his work as Invincible and especially the Invincible clones. Yeah. I think he did a fantastic job. They all had their own different voice uniqueness, and we need to get that out the way. People have been lying about the Invincible War non-stop. Like, the Invincible War in the show is actually longer and better than the comic. Like, the comic was actually a really short run. Some of the marks went out like complete B words. Like, this one of the guys that quote unquote killed Omni-Man got killed by a hero who uses a yo-yo. The power scaling was whack. Like, stuff was just happening. You know that Invincible that said that he missed his mom, and the other one said that they wanted you don't even have that in the comic, right? So like the creator of The Walking Dead Invincible, I can't remember his name right now, Robert Kirkman. Yeah, he added more depth to characters and stuff that didn't exist before, which I think is appreciated. Like, hell, even the jokes where like that one Invincible was beating everyone up before I'm looking at the Wikipedia for different voice actors right now. For Rex before he made his sacrifice, like that was all to the show. Like, he didn't really get that much screen time but I'll say the strongest episodes, outside of clearly, also the best animated scene throughout the entire season was Mark getting up from getting willy walked.
Yeah, when the follicles was flowing, baby. Them follicles was flowing. That's where the budget went. That's where the budget went. God,
that's the most animated.
That Pantene commercial.
Oh, also too, they actually gave more love to Adam Eve because Adam Eve got folded quick. Like she got folded quick.
Grand opening, grand closing.
So they gave her a lot more fillers. So I was seeing people on Twitter talking about, did he with Adam Eve dirty? This is sexist. Like, well, you don't want to read the comic because they're giving her more love in the show than it did the comic.
Exactly. That wasn't even crazy because I feel like that's exactly what I thought was going to happen, that he was going to get her up out of here. Like, so honestly, after this whole thing, where Adam Eve had her moment, I like the character a lot more and I respect her a lot more. Baby girl was not playing. As soon as she regained consciousness and she saw what was going on, she put her jersey on immediately. Outfit changed immediately. Yep. Cecil like, man, what's going on? She's ready to hit the battlefield. I don't know what you need to figure out. I'm headed to go wherever Mark is at to go help him because it's just not.
Freaking Cecil.
Like,
All right. Cecil made me laugh. Because,
Cecil, I need you.
Cecil didn't show up at all till shit was done. We need to talk about the Mark versus Cecil morality conversation, aka Daredevil versus Punisher, just in a different universe in terms of morality, right? So Mark, as a knee-jerk reaction to like pretty much trying to not become his dad, has leaned way more into like the whole everyone needs to go to jail, they've done anything wrong, while having a cognitive dissonance of like he understands the morality and the grays of the nuances between his dad, right? Like he understands the nuances that his dad has done some effed up stuff, but he also knows he's done some good stuff, right? He's not giving that same
grace.
type of grace to other things and heroes, and showing that at the end of the day, he's the most powerful hero, but he's 19 years old with immaturity.
Right, because he's talking about something we don't kill, but then he'll do it and like which one is it? Like, do you kill or do you not? Because if somebody make you mad enough, oh, they're out of here. Like, what are you talking about? And the whole thing with, again, like, I just feel like Oliver had a point. Some of them, like, we can't have the same people. Like, they need a strike rule. We can't have the same folks coming out here and you destroying stuff, and we don't even have time.
3 strikes.
We have Viltrumites. We got Viltrumites coming down here. I don't have time for y'all small time folks. And we keep letting y'all repeat offenders. Ain't no repeat offender. Once you got your 2 strikes, that 3rd strike, you're again getting uppercutted. Like, and your head will be across the room. Like, please don't make me get Oliver up in here. Y'all need to stop playing. Like,
because I've been seeing like different TikToks going in on Mark, which I know about the comics. I know how he grows, so like I understand. Like this is the point of the story where he definitely showing the flaws in his character, right?
Yeah,
people have been making fun of him,
right?
Yeah. People have been making fun of him either losing too much. People saying that like he's one of the main characters where he gets mad, he has no aura until the final episode where Mark said the most coldest line. He says, "I know, I've seen the future, and you don't make it till tomorrow.
Yes,
you don't make
it." That ooh.
So I think Mark is growing to like, that MC where like when he actually gets pissed and he goes against top tiers, he can be taken seriously. Because I think he lost the most aura, which is a funny new terminology that everyone's using now. When he got pissed and he was beating everyone up until Battle Beast came to snuff the lights out. I think that's when it was tough to take Mark seriously. My boy was pissed and he ran into a Thanos level event in a room full of fodder. Like he was not prepared for that Thanos level event.
Right.
But yeah, Cecil definitely showed the flaws in his logic too. Like I think they both showed flaws in both of their viewership, because Cecil had a point until this man is literally going to get the second strongest Viltrumite, and he think he gonna tell him somehow, some way.
Yeah, what are you gonna how do you feel like you're gonna get information out of him? What do you think that you're gonna do to him that has not already been done? What do you think? He's an arm short, an eye short. What do you honestly think that you're about to do to this Superman race, Saiyan race level threat, like Avengers level threat? What do you think that you're about to do is what I want to know, because keeping the marks and converting them over makes sense, but not somebody as much of a problem as Conquest. Well, even the marks was still bad. They were still bad, but like Conquest, again, worse.
Like the thing is, the Invincibles are dead, so you can make zombies, right? They're not gonna fight back. Like you're like, so you gotta remember, these Viltrumites live from thousands to like damn near like 100,000 years, like that. And he's the oldest Viltrumite alive. There's nothing your 60 to 70-year-old brain is gonna tell this dude that he hasn't heard before. And also, I'm sorry, but you put your strongest hero's weakness in his freaking brain or ear or whatever. You don't do that to the strongest enemy y'all face. Y'all gonna put bombs and weights, but you're not gonna put the kryptonite in his ear. You're not gonna do none of that.
You should have had that dog whistle going the minute that he don't do what you want him to do immediately.
So, just both characters showing huge flaws, especially where you have Power Flex, which that is the guy from Breaking Bad. Does a great voice acting. Lucy, Breaking Bad,
Break.
cast.
Who is it? Oh! It was his name Jesse and Break? Yeah, it was Jesse and Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
But I
Aaron
don't know
Paul.
his
Yeah, Aaron Paul.
Aaron. Yeah.
Yeah, it did a great job as Powerplex, and you can definitely tell after the Powerplex episode to the finale, the quality jumped up a lot. Because I definitely say the animation was looking rough when Mark was fighting that dragon.
It was looking like they was trying to turn in their assignment by 11:59.
I was just seeing blood with no details. I'm just seeing like just. It was rough. Like I don't like to hate too much, right? Because I understand as an anime fan, especially with Dragon Ball Super, I understand like when animes are put under a crunch, especially what happened to Jujutsu Kaisen and all the stuff they gone through. Yep. I get it. But my goodness, these people are getting a good ample amount of time, especially season 2 and like now season 3 compared to anime workers. Yeah. And the work they pull out be like so. I can handle it if you make sure the animation is really good for these big episodes. But when I was telling Soul on the phone, is that if you looked at the show just based off its animation, you would think that Mark and Conquest are way stronger than like Battle Beast and Alan the Alien. Just because when you saw Alan the Alien and Omni-Man fight the Vulturemites and their punches look like just little shocks compared to the freaking city shake football tackle that Conquest did to Mark, you would think these people are like in different realms of power when they're all like, Conquest is weaker than some of these characters. So I just think for the Vulturemite fights, they need to really lock in because I was really disappointed in season 2 when we saw
that
Mark
needs to be treat that like a boss fight every time. Yes. Like don't even play.
I can handle like the little weak animation for like the city level characters, but when you start getting to Vulturemites, they all need to look like Mark versus Nolan season 1 finale and Mark versus Conquest season 3 finale. Like it needs to look like that.
So we talked a little bit about because I've been seeing pictures of Thrag going around, and I'm like, after the carnage that I've just seen, after I've literally seen Adam Eve floating back to the earth with her innards floating like a flag, please. I don't want to know what Thrag is about. This man got a lineup. I'm good.
Thrag makes Conquest look like a baby. Like that's how strong Thrag is compared, which is hilarious because Thrag is the oldest Vulturemite, and Vulturemites get stronger as they get older, and Thrag is not nearly as old as them, and he's stronger. Like that's how crazy it is. My boy is looking like prime. Who's that singer I always joke about from Queen with the mustache? I can't remember him right now.
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, looking like prime Freddie Mercury, but just on creatine, steroids, all the shits, man. With a fresh barber cut. So I'm really excited for Invincible. I do say though, which I don't know if this is true, because this just might be a false equivalent. I'd rather have real voice actors so you can save the budget for the animation. Like, it's cool that we're getting all these like, oh look, like The Walking Dead in another universe. What if Glenn beat what's his name and things like that. But if you would just get a legitimate voice actor like a Nolan North or something like that, they get paid a little bit less, but they do a great job. Because so far they're doing a great job with these celebrity voice actors. They actually can voice act, like Stephen Yeun, Aaron Paul, things like that. They're doing a great Jeffrey D. Morgan, even though he's kind of playing the same voice. He did a great job with his speech. But if they can like cut down and try to get celebrities all the time and actually get real voice actors pay a little bit less and then put more of the money into the animation, I'll be a lot happier. But at the same time, animation, you just don't put money and it makes quality. You got to pay the right animators, give them enough time so the animation quality can be there. Because it's not all about budget. It's about timing and paying the right talent.
I just think for me, like, I don't mind waiting a little bit as long as you don't break something in half in the middle of the season or something ridiculous like that. But I don't mind waiting a little bit. If what you're coming out with eats, like, I don't mind. I don't mind at all waiting. But like, yeah, I definitely agree with you because we definitely cannot let the animation slip. The voice acting is good, but if you voicing something and it look like a flip book, I don't know what to say.
I don't need you spending like $1 million for getting Denzel Washington to play a character for like 2 episodes, and that animation looks like niggas doing the cha-cha-cha slide on the screen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
don't want to watch a PowerPoint.
Yeah, like, just worry about priorities. Like, I'm glad y'all got like an S tier celebrity, but like, does the episode deem for that to be there? You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. But I'm very excited for Invincible. I think they're doing a great job. I think some of the criticism was getting a little bit too much on Mark is this like remember Mark is a teenager. At least give Mark the grace of the year. Y'all not giving Amber, who Amber is also a teenager, but y'all treating her crazy.
I'm glad she done found her a different partner, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, he's so much better with Adam Eve. Like we're just not having conversations that I just feel like we don't need to have sometimes.
I'm just hoping we'll see what they do because if we go the comic book route, Amber gonna have a tough time. But if they change it, we'll see how it goes. That's all I gotta say. Like let's just say Amber's story's not done yet.
Yikes! Don't piss me off, brother. And it's not that I hate. It's not that I hate Amber. It's just that, no. Just I don't feel like them two should be together. I just don't.
Well, the thing that is hilarious is that remember the reason why they couldn't be together is because for one, Mark wasn't being honest at the beginning, and two, he didn't have time. It is hilarious that when the power play shit was going on, and he was like, "I'm on break," and Amber looked at him like, "Huh." So
wow, very interesting. Oh, so a break is an option. Wow, okay. Who would have thought?
Maybe my melanin was too high for a no. I don't.
I don't know. But we also need to go ahead and I need to clock Paul's tea real quick. Is that the man that was trying to get with Debbie?
Paul.
What's his name, Paul?
Yeah. I think that's not trying. They are together. I think. Yeah. Right. Or
yeah. So, but in the beginning, like he was, trying to date her, whatever. I'm not gonna lie. That man want that thing bad, like because but you have to think about it, like. Because you're risking if that man comes back, if Army Man comes back, you're risking that. He's basically saying that by staying by Debbie's side, that boy, I'll take an intergalactic ass whooping for that. I'll do that. So that's what he's saying, basically.
So you got to think about it, right? Because Debbie doesn't know about Omni Man's character growth, right? Like she doesn't know that he's a good person now. The last thing she heard about him is that Omni Man referred to her as his pet. So you would have gone after...
that was one of the most diabolical. That was terrible.
So you got to think about it, right? You're going after a man's pet that can make you turn to a puddle in less than an omnisecond. You're gonna go after that man's pet. That takes some balls. Like you don't even.
He need that. He looked at that. He took one look at it. He said, "I need that. I need that. I need that." Honestly. If he like it, I love it. But I'm gonna pray for that man because
we'll see. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, man.
Intergalactic generational ass whooping.
Because the lights are already out. Because once Omni Man said he missed his wife, I'm thinking, yeah, man, you just better enjoy your little timeshare. You better enjoy your little timeshare, bro. Like what does this nigga say online? Like it's just your turn, bro. It is just your turn. Wow. The main character's gonna come back. He's gonna take his woman back. He's gonna say, "I'm sorry," and he's gonna fly to France in less than a nanosecond. He's gonna take your little lawyer. I don't know what he is exactly. What is he like? Wait, you gonna take your lawyer paycheck somewhere else compared to this man flying her to France in less than an hour? Yeah. It's hard to compete.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I didn't know how I was gonna feel about Nolan. I just felt like I'm like, okay, I really don't like how he, how he did his son or whatever. But then it's like a part of me is like, damn, like he's lived a long time. It's like, I hate that I get it. And I hate that I sympathize. But it's like, it's like, it is what it is. I think after I saw that clip, I think the icing on the cake, because I'd already realized I was softening up because I was kind of rolling my eyes with him. Yeah. The whole Grasshopper Bugs Life storyline with him and that lady.
Hugging her down, by the way.
And I'm like, all right, bro, Nolan, you got it, bro. But like in the third season, I'm like the bit of him that we did see, I'm like, damn, like I did sympathize. And then the icing on the cake was that the scene when I saw a clip coming down my timeline of that scene of when he was saying, after all of this and you outlast everything, what are you gonna have? And he was like, I'll have you, Dad. I'm like, no! Oh! And they hit me in the feels. And I was like, you know what? I'm rooting for this. I'm rooting for them to get the band back together, like, to make up, like, really make up. and stuff like that. But
well, like, so to add on to this, and like you can let me know if you want to be done with the Invincible topic, but you got to think about this, right? So it's kind of like how I be kind of low key. For example, I love dogs, right? Even though I'm allergic and everything like that, like I still love them, even though I could be around them for not as long as other people. I love dogs, but it's like when people be saying like, "Would you save the human or the dog?" I'm saving the human. What like because like listen, I love Snuffles, but Snuffles can't talk. And Snuffles ain't gonna live as long as a human. Like, you know, there's a lot more possibilities, right? So like when I see what Omni-Man is talking about how like, bro, these people last long as like a sophomore year to us. Like we outlive these people for centuries. Like I don't see the value in them because we only got like 50 of us left. I was only raised on a warrior's mentality. They actually took out other Vulturemites for being too weak. Why would I have all this sympathy? I say these people waiting for you to grow up to see if you're compatible with their bloodline. So it's just me and you, baby. like we the only ones that's gonna live. They gonna be gone by the time you get one gray hair. Like it's raps. Like I and then when you have the you know, like how their mentality is, like when you see Conquest, right, how they written him in the show, like this guy's the oldest Vulturemite. He doesn't even have a name, and he's so powerful, which they reward him through like, oh, look how dangerous, but they're also scared that he's unstable. Like we're dealing with people that are living throughout eons with the only people they have around that can live that long as themselves. And with this warrior mentality, but with no love or understanding, they lose their entire sense of like what it means to even be alive, because it becomes like a joke to them. They can recover from pretty much anything. They only got like two weaknesses. Like they can't breathe in space, but they can hold their breath for days. And they weakness to sounds and stuff. But outside of that, they don't really have that many weaknesses or anything for them to have any type of like human connection. So like when you see how like going to Earth and living there and seeing like what it means to be alive the right way, not through the warrior way, and you feel like you're betraying your people, it could definitely push you to the point where you realize like, why am I living just to be a warrior when I can be living to live the right way? And we saw with Nolan and Mark, well, mostly on the Mark end because he's half human, but he's going to grow up to be like 90% Vulturemite because of the DNA and stuff, or 99% Vulturemite. But you saw how the world changed him and how, like this
that baseball scene. I'm not gonna lie to you, that warmed my heart. That baseball scene of him, like I'm like, yeah, like this is really the gold mine right here. The memories, you know what, this is what's really important. This is what some shit you can't buy. Like I absolutely, like Debbie is
she's the key. She's the key of important messenger, because you know in every universe, in most universe, Mark doesn't become a hero, or there's a theory going around because in majority of universes Mark becomes a villain or he teams up with his dad. A lot of people say that the reason why that is because in the other universe where Mark goes against his dad, he dies. Because because imagine we got lucky that Nolan said, okay, I love my son, I'm not going to kill him, because he really meant that. Like, yo, what's another 18 years? like dead ass, like 18
make
years
another one. Yep.
Yeah, so it's crazy that in this one universe, Debbie raised him right, and then Nolan realized that he loves his son and loves his wife, regardless of he sees his son as a warrior to live on to the, because that's where because most of the Vulturemites, they don't even see their kids as kids. They just see them as a next man up. And it's not even next man up because I'm still going to live long enough too. It's like when a dog has a kid and they both pretty much look the same age within a year. Like, it's nothing too crazy for them. And Nolan has changed, because remember the Vulturemites was looking at Oliver? It was like this disgusting creature, because the reason why Earth is so important, because the humans and Vulturemites are so close genetically in terms of how they look and like how much they compare. When you start having sex with just any other random alien, like, yeah, you can have 99% Vulturemite, but you come out looking purple, they racist. They're like, what the fuck? Like, why? So the fact that Nolan was actually willing to protect Oliver shows you how much he's changed as a person, because the fact that he even defended someone that they deem as like a lesser Vulturemite, because
his Oliver's lifespan is a joke compared to Mark's.
Yeah, because like Oliver, because that's the whole thing. That's how broken the Viltrumites is. He's still gonna outlive everyone on the human race because he's gonna slow down after he turns like 20 or something. But he's not gonna be as strong as Mark because his alien race is not compatible with Viltrumites like Earthlings are. So even though he's gonna
okay,
have
so he
Viltrumite
is
stuff,
gonna live longer.
yeah,
Okay, so he's not gonna be like his mom. His mom bit the
yeah,
his
he's
mom
he's
gonna
gonna
bite the
slow
dust
down.
anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna slow down after a point, and he has really good memory thanks to his genetics. But he's always gonna be weaker than Mark just based off his genetics. So like Mark is very special because he's a human, which is very comparable to Viltrumites. So he's gonna be just as strong or more powerful than the other Viltrumites.
Interesting.
On some Gohan
So
shit, you know what I mean?
with that, and yes, that was a very good point. But with that, because we were talking about how there's so many similarities with like that and like the Saiyan race and stuff like that, especially with the whole that was their whole thing was conquest. That was what Goku was supposed to do for he his damn head. Yep. So yes, so I'm so excited to see where the story goes. And I think for this one, I'm going to purposely not read the comics. I'll probably read them at the end to see where
I would
the
still say
original
read them. I'll still say read them because like they are making changes and the art in the comics are gorgeous. Even though there's some animes that's really good in the show, they don't do it justice to those panels though. Especially as an artist, you got to see how great those panels are because one of the great things about Invincible is they start off with like different artists, but once they get to a certain point, Invincible is very unique because they rely on one artist for majority of the entire comic book run, and you see how that one artist grows and their art style changes throughout the entire run.
I like that. That's fire.
Very rare for a comic book.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we'll have to see. So I'll definitely take a look at it. Being that I'm an artist myself, I can definitely appreciate that. Do you want to talk about that clip that I sent you about that lady complaining about that man using Apple Pay on the date?
I think I sent you that.
I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. Like, oh no, you may have sent it to me, but I think I had seen it already. If I didn't send it to you, yeah. So I was just so taken aback. Like, I just could not. I was like, girl, okay, so I'm going to explain this to you like you're 5. In my mind, this is just the only way you could have did this. Explain it to you like you're 5. Where do you think the money from the Apple Pay is coming from, girl?
It's magic dust.
You think it's
coming from the sky, gang?
Right. You think it's an account in the sky, girl. It's linked to his card that he would have used anyway. Girl, is the mall is open but ain't nobody shopping. Look, your elevator don't go all the way to the top, girl. What's going on? Please.
Like, listen. This is the stuff that makes me go from a white knight to a gray knight. Let's just keep it a buck. Like, this is the same generation where they don't even know what 6 foot is in terms of height. Like there's a lot of things that just ain't clicking, right? Like there's so when I see certain things like that where people don't even understand. Like I remember I saw a video where homegirl was mad that her boyfriend or someone she was talking to wouldn't use his credit to buy her a purse, and she didn't understand that using credit puts you in debt because you're taking out a loan, which is the entire concept of it's a debt that you eventually pay back. And she didn't understand that. All she cared about is like
she thought it was free money. Woman. Like, girl,
yeah,
what?
Like, I'm your woman. You should do anything for me. Yeah, again, it's the same thing on both sides. Let's not make this a only thing, but yeah, it's just crazy that like when like something about people where like if they don't see like a wad of money in your hand or they don't see you like doing stuff like illegal, but you got all this money that you can just get out. They think you ain't doing nothing. Like you ain't wearing you ain't wearing designer, spending a crap ton of money on stuff that you must be broke or you must be lame and stuff like that.
To me, people spending like overspending on stuff like that, like it lets me know that you manage money badly, and I just would not. That would turn me off so bad. Like I don't get that mentality. I'm a go ahead and add this other TikTok that I saw on top of it. And as I'm saying these, I'm very likely gonna go ahead and insert them. But like, bruh, the one where the girl was like, what did she say? Oh, if I get into it in public, like my man needs to defend me. He needs to start swinging or shooting or one of those. I don't feel like he's a man if he. I'm like, so then. Another creator that I really like that does a bunch of like commentary on just stuff that's just ridiculous. he gets into his skit about now the man's in prison and what he has to deal with. You know, I'm in here. I had to spend the last of my creator fund checks on this food because you know she didn't put no money on my books.
Yep. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
It's because like if I was raised with that mentality of like protect no matter what, like hero mentality and stuff. But I remember I saw something. This is a little dark, but it's real shit. Like a dude literally was protecting his girl where she started the shit, right? Yeah. Dude gets shot, dies, and like what we doing next, right? Like now you talking about RP when you the one who started this shit and you talk about what he
singing and flower bringing,
yeah. So it's just like it gets to a point people need to think about the bigger picture. Yes, if someone's touching it appropriately or whatever, defend whatever, cool. But when you start having like, oh, go against this guy who's there's no such thing as a discussion or fisticuffs. His first thing is shooting, and you want me to go in there and become Luke Cage and deflect the bullets? No, that's not happening. Luke and you're not gonna go online and call me a B word because you started this shit and you wanted me to go out there and get shot for you. Or what's that one video I think I saw where homegirl was like cussing at someone? The dude got enough, knocked her Sonic coins out, or Sonic rings out. And the husband got out of the car and said, "What are you doing?" And cussed her out and they went inside the house. Because she went out her car, started a bunch of BS, got like rightfully, like he didn't like go crazy, but he pretty much knocked her away and she sold it like a bad NBA player, like calling a foul or something. And then the husband just,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, then the husband just said like, "Yo, what you doing?" Because you could tell like this is like probably her fourth time this year doing this week stuff. And he said like, "Bro, just get in the house." And she was just embarrassed.
Doing too much. Because then I'm like, at the end of the day, like when that type of stuff happens, like I got a question. Do y'all even care about these people y'all are dating? Do y'all care about these partners? Because it's like, what do y'all think that is going to happen when you swing on somebody, beat somebody down, or shoot the person? You're an aggressor, especially if you're an aggressor and you're not defending yourself. You see what I'm saying?
People be having
go get him. Oh, go get him like he's a dog, like he's a pit bull. Yeah. Stop it. Cut it out. Like
having no remorse. Like, because what if shit goes left? RP my boyfriend 6 months later, 2 months later. This is my new man. Like, I literally seen that shit. Like, like don't get me wrong. Like, you know, whoever they gotta like whatever your process is. The moving on is moving on. But like y'all don't understand. Like, it's all about staying alive, man. Like, this ain't no comic book. You ain't just gonna come back from the dead. Like, you need to stop moving so damn reckless because you think there's no consequences because you're a girl. Like, there's a lot of people who was not raised right. They don't have this mentality. Oh, like that's a woman. Don't touch her. Just cuss her out and do this. Like, a lot of people are not raised on that, and people getting a lot of wake up calls real early because they have all these mentalities of thinking that, oh well, this is how life works. No, it ain't. You were just taught that. A lot of people don't live like that. So
right. And I'm just, to me, I just feel like a lot of these men need to cut these women loose. Just cut your losses. When you hear her talking that bird brain stuff, you just need to leave her right where she at. Because, girl, what is you talking about?
No matter how fine she is, keyword fellas. Exactly. No matter how fine she is,
she ain't putting no money on them books. You gonna lose your freedom for the rest of your life over one conflict. Like, please.
She ain't gonna hold you down. She gonna hold you down and cheat on you with your best friend. Don't put anything past her when you in jail. Just say.
Exactly. Now, I want to segue into talking about the morning routine, man. It's Ashton something. Whoever was dunking his face, I saw somebody do push-ups into a freaking bowl of water, of ice water. They have been memeing him to death, bro. Like, please.
You know what's crazy? You know, like how when Drewski's having beef with the other big comedian, like when they be having a little beef. Yeah. Remember the dude where he just plays Drake music and he be having that camera do like 50 angles throughout his day? Apparently him and that dude are having beef now. Like, the dude got on Twitter and said, like, remember when everyone was talking crap about me? I never said a word. Now this guy, as soon as he gets a little bit of clout, now he's complaining that everyone's copying him, and now them two are going back and forth.
Yeah, going morning routine for morning routine.
Yeah, like
the Target guy and the fucking blue bottle nigga are beefing right now, and it's so hilarious because. Why the fuck are you waking up at 4 a.m, wasting 5 hours of your life complete BSing and not really doing anything, bro? Have you seen what the hell he's been doing?
Because TikTok paying him, that's why.
it's hilarious because my boy will dive in the pool at 4:10, then walk out the pool at 4:20.
Only man alive that can levitate for 4 minutes straight.
Right, bro.
Only man alive.
Also, I'm confused. At least in old, I don't know, the science has kind of changed. There's a little bit of science saying that ice doesn't really help with injuries, whatever. There's different science. But why are you dunking your face in ice? Like, that's not helping anything. Like,
I'm
unless
trying to
you
figure
just
out,
got
is he shocking himself awake and trying
like,
to keep himself awake? Like, what is the function of you dunking your face in ice water like that? What is the...
If that's the case, why is he doing it 8 times a day?
Yes.
What is happening, bro?
Like, did you just fight Mike Tyson? Are you trying to get the swelling down? Like,
I don't know, bro. I'm like, you would think if in the beginning of the day, I get it because you might be trying to because you shouldn't be up at 3-0, no way, really. But like, unless you work at 5 or 6 or something like that, you really shouldn't be up at no 3. Really, I feel like folks should not be up before 5 a.m. Like, there's no, like, you're doing too much. Like, now,
and people should pay attention. People should pay attention to like the little voice notes he has in the videos. Like, he'll be making conference calls for some reason.
Yeah, we should up it at 10,000. No, I feel like we can make 10 million. Bro, what is you talking about?
Up to $1 million.
Is this a Tubi movie? Cause don't piss me off.
He
like,
think money could just go from like, man, $100. Right. We need to make this 20,000. Y'all think it's small?
And it's like he just be saying like vague stuff. Like he's saying something, bruh. Stop it. Is this a Tyler Perry movie? Stop it. Don't do that.
It's hilarious because
get some help.
We just see people making fun of him, or just like how, like, you know, we just talk about with the men, just because she fine, don't let it slide. I'm seeing women literally just saying like, he fine though. I was just like, all right, bro, we're cooked.
To me, it's like corny a little bit. Like, it's great that he achieved that physique and all of that type of stuff, and that he's doing that. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like that type of stuff, but at the end of the day, bro, it's corny. We're in corny territory.
I'll tell you right now, that is not his routine.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's all content. The two people who's up right now is him because he's getting paid off these TikToks, and whoever is on that blue bottle is getting hella fucking free promo right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's so funny because I'm a filtered water myself. I've been drinking filtered water for some years now, so I just be laughing at these bougie ass special bottled water. I be going to some restaurants, they be having like certain waters like that. Like, my nigga's water. I'm not gonna pay like they want me to pay like extra prices and shit for this water. And they're raising the prices on everything. You know what they do in the eggs. So they're raising the prices on water. Like, but my nigga, it's just water.
I can go outside and swipe that shit. Put it under some goddamn fire, bro, and I'm good.
So that shit is just hilarious. Treating that water like it's wine.
Oh my gosh! Like,
yeah, whoever's on that goddamn Mountain Valley water.
Yeah, whoever's handing them stuff off camera, that's irritating me too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, whether it's the parody accounts or they're being serious, like these people hand them. So it's like, I be like, yeah, is y'all's whole function in life just to hand this man stuff while he's doing this egregious ass routine and trying to make us somehow believe that that's really what he's doing every day?
What's the 9 to 5? Because if you're that man's assistant and he's waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning, that means that you have to at least wake up 15 minutes before or like a whole hour. Like, what does your day consist of? Give me that video. I need that timeline.
I'm just laughing too because, like, as a guy who's pretty buff, I've been a little bit off my game a little bit with the workout routine. But like, if you're gonna be that big, we'll assume he's probably like 6'3". I don't know. He might be. What's that one dude who always talks crap about men, but he stay in his car? Something Jackson. Like, unless you're
Derek
like
Jackson, that fraud.
Yeah, unless you're like Derek Jackson, where people, I don't know, I think people are just hating it, but people are saying that he's like 5'5", but he's just really swole. But he looks like he's about like 6'2", swole as shit, and probably like around 8% body fat. There's no way you're retaining that without doing any type of lifting. My brother out here sprinting, jumping in the pool. Doing this, like, he ain't drinking no Creed.
No. Cause what's his name? Cause Ashton was running. They had him running like he was in Creed 3. I'm like, what fight is you preparing for? Like, cut it out.
My boy looked like he was ready to take on what's his name, Jonathan Majors in Creed 3.
Right. He was ready to fight Dane. Yeah.
Oh man, nuts, just nuts. But we'll see how this stuff goes. Like, if he was smart, he'd be like that guy with the Target and Drake videos. Just keep doing it, bro. Like, just keep doing it. Don't whine and talk about people are copying you, bro. Like, now you're ruining it. Now people don't want to make more parodies of you.
Bro, that is like the most hilarious thing you can say out of this shit because you literally copied off the fucking Target guy. The Target run nigga. You just switched the content
and he was
up a
so
little
serious. He was so serious. Like,
oh, people are copying me. No,
Yeah,
people are making fun of
are you the first person to do a morning routine?
Yeah, hey. my nigga said, "Hey man, you get to be a leader or a follower." Like, oh, shut up. I've seen OnlyFans models
copyrighted do this morning routines.
I've seen OnlyFans models do this shit with spicier content, bro. You ain't special. They literally start the video butt naked before they get to their clothes. You ain't special. They get on TikTok, but all they got is their hopes and dreams of the beginning of the video. Then they get dressed. Like, come on, man.
All you doing is diving in pool at 6:20 and then get it out at 6:21, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro.
It was also funny too that he spent the majority of that video with no shirt on. It's only about maybe 2 minutes when he has the shirt on. He said
this will keep the female viewers watching.
No, he smelled. I know he had to smell getting out of that pool because there was a point in one of those videos where he didn't shower for like at least an hour.
You thought the chlorine was cooking on his skin if he was outside?
My boy just making up numbers. There's clearly time jumps in them numbers. My nigga just putting random numbers. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna pool for 5 minutes."
Video? That's not how that works. 4 minutes in the air. That's unserious.
7:04. Maybe, possibly.
Yeah. Man, but yeah, I think we gave that man enough airtime. I think he don't want the airtime. Apparently, everyone just copy him. So.
Right, exactly. Like, yeah, because he's the pioneer, the modern father of the morning routine. Like, can't nobody else make a morning routine video after him? Then I'm like, half these folks is making fun of you in the first place. It's satire, so like, I don't know, bro.
People are literally tagging me, talking about, "Hey, TJ, you know the next wave?" Like, bro, come on, bro. I'm not gonna pull out this purple bottle of water
buff nigga morning routine. Yeah, that's the new content.
Oh my god, that would keep me awake though. Just randomly dumping my face in ice cold water. I might actually lock in when I make YouTube videos for once. Just like, anyway. Oh my goodness gracious.
But that is all my topics that I had, bruh. That is all the topics that I had.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's nice to get back and like actually be able to like spend time with y'all and stuff like that and talk about these things. There's been so much stuff going on, bruh. So much stuff.
Yeah, there's definitely gonna be plenty of more. There's probably a lot of stuff that we missed, but like again, like there's just so much going on in the world. There's so much BS happening. There's so much conversation that we really can't really have because people lose their minds and have no sense of nuance with anything. I can only imagine if this ever blew up. First day first, 2 men talking, 1 woman talking. Pick me, like there's no getting out of any conversation. So it is what it is. Like, why you not defend old girl with the Apple ID? What happened to sisterhood? Yada 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 yada. Like,
yeah, that was never gonna happen. So you, if that's something that you wanted, what Iyanla say, you're never gonna get it. So, but yeah, I hope everybody listening has a wonderful day. It's getting warm outside. Go outside, get that vitamin D, get rid of that seasonal depression, and yeah, we out.